Continuing from the previous episode 2645. Find the latest chapter in Fighting the Sky God, Yan Emperor novel. In the ferocious demon realm, there is a huge golem that carries the utmost evil. The two surged together, and they turned out to kill many high-level officials on the endless stage of the endless fire realm. Between the surges, it was like the overwhelming momentum of the Qingtian Mountains, carrying an absolute force of oppression and destruction, and slammed into the endless platform. Boom! A deafening voice emerged. The bloodlines of the many powerhouses perched on it instantly solidified, and even the many powers in the body became unable to be mobilized for a while. It seemed that the power of the demon realm in front of him could not be avoided or resisted at all. If the endless platform is not filled with extremely rich sacred flames, I am afraid that everyone's lives will be swallowed by the devil in an instant. Even so, the void of the entire endless fire territory seemed to be pierced by the power of the demon territory and the golem in an instant, and it was incomplete. The demonic energy that slanted down from the demon realm at will, poured directly into the void of the endless fire realm. On the ground, it turned this place into a real *** scene. The demonic energy was in full swing, and there was a steady stream of screams and growls. Looking down, on the ground of the countless regions of the endless fire territory, bottomless gloomy craters emerged, with scarlet bubbles slowly emerging, and the whole world looked dilapidated. The power of Qi completely filled the entire endless fire domain. In the giant pit, vines of demonic energy began to emerge one after another, mercilessly grabbing these weak humans in the fire zone. Anyone caught by it is easily bound, easily obliterated, and then turns into a trace of pure power and pours into the giant pit, constantly feeding back to the magic, filling the abyss-like power hole in the body, and the power under its skin. The texture marks are also more and more obvious. This scene is simply tragic. The horrific astonishment completely occupied the hearts of everyone in the endless fire territory. The palaces and pavilions were dumped at will, and the dust was accompanied by waves of ** fluctuations. Tai Chi heaven and earth soared. Thousands of flowers returned to their nests. Seeing this, Yun Yun wiped the blood from her mouth slightly, and her whole body became boiling again. Looking at the mortal move of the mistress, none of the strong people around her took a step back, even if they could do very little. One after another attack was brewing, hitting the demon domain and the golem. Although there was no energy wave of any movement, but the attack and resistance continued. At this moment, the eyes of many strong men in the endless fire territory were red, and bursts of madness poured out from their minds. This is a kind of spirit, or a kind of will. Only the will of the endless fire domain. Die. Seeing the figure under the endless fire territory act so unafraid of death, Mo Tuo shook his head lightly, very puzzled as to the difference between such an ant's act and sending him to death. After a while, the demon domain and the golem fell together, suppressing everyone like a sky, and the latter was tired of such a meaningless game and launched a final attack. The sound of broken bones, the sound of broken souls, and countless sounds filled the endless fire territory, but no matter how heavy the price was, the violent energy ripples continued to pour out from the bodies of the powerhouses of the endless fire territory. One person takes a step back, even if you know that this is a mortal situation. The fear in my heart seems to be completely replaced by anger. Among the countless mountains and pavilions in the endless fire domain, the demon domain spreads, and countless demonic Qi squirms like bloodthirsty insects, filling up in an instant, engulfing everything here. And above this hellish scenery, there is a real ghost dormant. Despair, suffocation, filled the hearts of countless figures, and the scenery was oppressive. The entire endless fire territory is like an incarnation of ** on Earth. No matter how many strong people sacrifice their lives for this, it is still impossible to make up for the spread of the demon territory. It seems that destruction is only a matter of time. Lord, Mistress, the loss has exceeded 30%, and if it goes on like this. Bright red blood flowed on Yan Qi's high-level body, the tip of his nose was filled with a touch of sadness, and the blood vessels in his whole body instantly became boiling and burning. It seems that no one is immune to this attack from the devil. Enough, you go, flower god, god. Looking at this scene, Yun Yun's jade hand slowly poured into the eyebrows, as if tearing some ancient seal, shackles. Once that power is completely released, not only Yun Yun will fall completely, even Mo2 and others will not be able to deal with it. And us, you, with the remaining bloodlines and seedlings, you must live. Seeing the righteousness of Mistress Yunyan, none of the high-level officials of the Endless Fire territory flinched, and the strength of the whole body rose, and a self-destructing righteousness emerged. This piece of heaven and earth still needs to be guarded by themselves. It's just that they can't seem to see the prosperity of heaven and earth. Boom! Just at the moment when the bodies of many strong people spontaneously ignited, and the brilliant fire was about to erupt. Above the sky, a deafening low-pitched sound suddenly passed, and a huge gap in the sky instantly broke through the obstruction of the fourth evil *** and demon cloud in the outer periphery, and appeared here out of thin air. Crack! With an easy sound, the spread of the demon realm and the evil golem seemed to be caught by some ancient force, and then shattered in an instant. A little bit of demonic energy instantly dissipated here, and the self-destruction in the minds of countless powerhouses was stopped, and their scarred bodies stared at the hole in the sky, where a very fast light began to flicker. That group of light, from weak to faint, from weak to dazzling, but at this time, like a savior, it shook the heartstrings of everyone in the Endless Fire territory. Xiao. The Domain Master Xiao is back? Some people started to call and make a sound, but the wave on Xiao Yan's body was completely different from the wave on the guy in front of him. There was water mist in Yun Yun's eyes, and an uncontrollable surge of sorrow swept out. Who is destroying the good things of this seat? Can't find death? There was some hesitation in Mo2's eyes, and he suddenly roared at the hole in the sky. The magic voice whispered, terrifying. Even at the moment when this group of rays of light appeared, the power in his body was a little afraid of it. Where did the Xiao people come from to make a lot of nonsense here? Don't you know that this world is the Emperor's shelter? For a time, a tall and handsome figure swooped down from the top of the sky, bathed in a majestic green demon glow, like an ancient emperor waking up from a deep sleep, and a cold and grand voice swept out. Demon Emperor. At this moment everyone in the Endless Fire territory couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief. Demon Emperor? The peak of the 7th level reincarnation? The demonic energy behind Mo2 stopped surging, and he looked at this guy with solemn eyes, and even the skin between the eyebrows surging rapidly, as if something was about to come out. Holy flame! What power is this? Even at a glance, Mo2 found some strange powers from the body of the Demon Emperor. The Demon Emperor has extraordinary strength and a mysterious identity, but at this time, there are some traces of white flame burning on the edge of the latter's clothes. For the convenience of reading next time, you can click the favorite below to record this time. Chapter 2661 Demon Emperor appears. The reading record, you can see it when you open the bookshelf next time. If you like Fighting the Heavens God, Yandy, please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Opening parenthesis, closing parenthesis. Continuing from the previous episode 2646. Find the latest chapter in Fighting the Sky God, Yan Emperor novel. Deputy Lord of the Demon World Center, Demon Emperor? With the appearance of this guy, the whole world suddenly fell into some kind of dead silence, and the fluctuations emerging from the latter's body were suffocating. Forget it, let you fall here completely today. For a while, the surrounding demonic cloud rolled, and a strange figure surrounded by countless demonic energy stepped out of it. The fourth evil * among the extraterritorial evil races, the Dream Soul Nightmare, the half-step eightfold reincarnation rank. In addition to the fact that Mo2, who is now full of hostility to the Endless Fire territory, has an eightfold reincarnation order in front of him. Those are two real powerhouses. The fourth evil god? Mo2 looked at the slightly gloomy figure beside him, and immediately became a little displeased. The Demon Emperor's strength and life experience are mysterious, and you can't completely suppress him by relying on your power alone. Let's join forces, don't worry, we're here to save you on the orders of the Buddha. The fourth evil god's voice was gloomy, and his words instantly dispelled the vigilance in Mo2's heart. For him, now he only needs to gain the trust of Modo, and after waiting for the Endless Fire domain to be completely resolved, a powerful man like Modo can't escape his palm. Since that's the case, let's meet the legendary Demon Emperor. Susu. The extremely evil voice resounded, and suddenly a real battle between heaven and earth slowly emerged in the whole world. And at the time of such a fierce battle, circles of pure sky began to gather outside the demon cloud that was dormant by the evil army of the fourth evil god. There seemed to be several graceful figures appearing in the pure white light group. They are powerful, as if they are chasing and killing a strong man. Reporting to Lord Hill, the trace of the demon emperor has been locked, and his trace is staying in the area ahead, but... In the light group, a voice began to emerge. But what? The first figure's eyes were silent, and he seemed to be dismissive of it. Whether it was his tone or demeanor, he always maintained a faint pride. The area ahead is the Endless Fire territory, which is also the base camp of the so-called Endless Flame Alliance. It is said that the master here is the force created by Xiao Yan, nominated by the Queen of Angels. The fourth evil asterisk was even discovered from it. In the light group, there were some voices of concern again. After all, in this so-called Endless Flame Alliance, there are many forces and not low identities. Once you step into it and cause some trouble, the price is definitely not a child's play. Xiao Yan, the fourth evil god? Listening to such a voice, a look of excitement began to emerge from the beautiful eyes of the first figure in the light group. She was ordered to kill the angel. Even if Xiao Yan was an important person mentioned by the Queen of Angels, she had no binding force. Do it, change the target level, focus on the fourth evil god, and let the demon emperor temporarily put it down. In an instant, one after another silhouette slowly disappeared, rushing towards the endless fire area, but behind the leader, carefully counted, it turned out to have neat wings emerging. There are 8 wings in total, and it is still some kind of purple that is extremely strange. Go! Morchuo and the fourth evil god looked at each other, and they naturally knew how troublesome the demon emperor was, so they didn't dare to take anything lightly. After all, the latter's strength, although it is only the peak strength of the 7th layer reincarnation, but with the secret of immortality and the power of the divine way, even if the two join forces, I am afraid that they may not be able to win. Bang! Facing the powerful alliance of the two, the demon emperor slowly took out his demon weapon, the sky-splitting demon spear. At this time, a cold light flickered above the demon spear, which was already filled with a monstrous fighting intent, and the humming sound of the sky swept out from the demon spear. The heavenly splitting demon spear was gently lifted by the demon emperor, and the spear beams flickered. It even contained the shadow of 100 beasts running and roaring, and it turned into a spear shadow and shot at the bodies of the two. The speed is extremely fast, so fast that the naked eye can't recognize it. Countless strong men hold their breaths. They can only see a strange lightning flash past in front of them. They cannot capture the specific trajectory at all. Becomes difficult. The Tomb of Dreams. The attack came too hastily, so that the fourth evil god's attack had not yet been performed, and he could only try to resist with the dark evil power emerging from his body. Magic. The dark pupils in Motuo's eyes were surging, and his eyes were locked on the demon emperor. They are almost the same period of the strong, although they have never fought, but the reputation of each other has already spread in the world. Now his power is indeed the 8th-fold reincarnation rank, but such power is full of certain numbers, and it is really not enough to deal with the demon emperor. It's just, what kind of power are those sacred powers on the demon emperor's body? The demon emperor seems to be injured? A crazy idea slowly poured out of Mordor's mind. Boom! The monstrous brilliance was like a meteorite colliding, and a devastating shock wave erupted in the sky at a height of 10,000 meters. The attack failed, and the 3 of them did not suffer any losses. They were each entrenched in the sky at an altitude of 10,000 meters, forming a strange triangle and stalemate. At their level, victory and defeat and life and death often only exist between a single thought. Is this your trust? The 2 8-layer reincarnation level powerhouses are nothing more than that. Watching this scene, the demon emperor waved his hand, and the evil aura that enveloped the entire endless fire domain quickly dissipated, and a soft demonic aura nourished and sheltered Yun Yun and the others. It's so arrogant when it's about to die. Behind the fourth evil god, countless gruesome and resentful souls began to emerge, as if some kind of terrifying killer move was brewing. This emperor has no time to talk nonsense with you. Exit the endless fire territory, or die. After a while, the demon emperor held the demon spear in his hand, which turned out to be without any trace of defense, and sneered directly. Ha ha ha, demon emperor, it seems that you haven't recognized the current situation. Facing the Demon Emperor's actions, Moduo was startled for a while, and then his eyes began to have endless killing intent. You are hurt. Your disguise is good, but with your severely wounded body, now it's just like a death sentence. After a while, a strange light suddenly refracted in the scarlet eyes of Moduo, which enveloped the Demon Emperor without any waves. The robe on the surface of the Demon Emperor's skin cracked instantly, revealing pieces of shriveled scales. Above the scales, there are traces of white flames beating, as if some indestructible force, burning the Demon Emperor little by little. Go ahead and kill him. At this moment, Modo and the fourth evil god did not hesitate, and the vast evil spirit in their gestures could not help but feel uneasy. At the same time, the endless fire territory, which had just gotten a breather, was also attacked by the army led by the fourth evil god. For the convenience of reading next time, you can click on the favorites below to record this time. Chapter 2662 Double Evil Comes Together. Third update. Reading record, you can see it when you open the bookshelf next time. If you like Fighting the Heavens God, Yandy, please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Opening parenthesis, closing parenthesis. Continuing from the previous episode 2647. Find the latest chapter in Fighting the Sky God, Yan Emperor novel. A man was born between heaven and earth. Who can stop me? Facing the attack of the two powerhouses of the 8th level reincarnation, the Demon Emperor was unmoved, snorted coldly, and suddenly pulled out the domineering demon spear behind him. At a point in the sky, the shadows of countless birds and beasts tilted down from it, carrying a supreme demon power that was extremely domineering, causing the whole world to tremble faintly. Even if he suffers from a dark disease, so what? Can you stop yourself with a half-baked 8-fold reincarnation level and a weird 8-fold reincarnation level? Ridiculous. Is this a battle between the strongest? Countless strong people watched the battle in the sky, and the idea of becoming stronger in their hearts became deeper and deeper. After a short fight, on the sky, the figure of the Demon Emperor began to become embarrassed, and he didn't know whether it was intentional or unintentional. In a battle of that level, two evil powerhouses had the upper hand. All the powerhouses above the reincarnation rank, prepare to help the Demon Emperor with me. Yun Yun's pretty face is cold, and the number of powerhouses such as the demigods around is too large. If the Demon Emperor is defeated, the entire endless fire territory will not escape bad luck. Demon Emperor, as strong as you are, there will be a day when you will get hurt. Your life will be ended by our own hands. The sarcastic voice fell slowly with a burst of evil light. Yes? Look at the top of your head. What is that? At this moment, there was a malicious smile on the corner of the Demon Emperor's mouth. It seemed that the battle just now was just to delay time. Don't be alarmist, today, you. Wait, what kind of fluctuation is this? Finally, the fourth evil god and Mortuo gave a random look and were about to completely obliterate the Demon Emperor, but when they saw the top of this piece of heaven and earth, some sacred ray of light began to pave the way. The sacred power that was filled in it turned out to be so moved by the power in the two of them that they became afraid. Above the sky of the endless fire territory, circles of pure white halos began to appear, like energy ripples suddenly rippling from the center of the lake, taking the hole in the sky where the Demon Emperor descended as a gap, and spread out neatly. At the moment when the halo was rippling, there were actually pieces of white feathers scattered randomly, and the power full of them actually caused this swaying endless fire field to become temporarily quiet. It seems like some kind of supreme divine power that cannot be destroyed by heaven and earth, which is admirable. This is. At this moment, Yun Yun and the others, who were on the verge of dying, suddenly shrank their eyes, as if they suddenly noticed something, and their heartbeat became more intense. In the gap in the sky, the pure white halo and feathers poured out, causing the many evil auras that attacked the endless fire zone to retreat rapidly, as if there was some kind of terrifying existence that could destroy them at will. Not long after, layers of light circles rose, and 5 graceful figures appeared high above the heads of the 3 demon emperors. The pure white wings stretched out gently, and the wings that had overlapped several times were filled with hatred and disdain for evil forces. 5 angels. Among the 5, the leader has reached a whole new level in terms of beauty and strength, and the wings behind him are even more monstrous purple. Extremely noble, shining like the holy fire of dawn. Purple, 8-winged Seraph, half-step 8-fold reincarnation level strength. God, an angel? At this moment, the fourth evil **** and Mortua looked at each other at the same time, looking at the shadows of the 5 angels entrenched in the sky. The pride in their hearts disappeared, but a fear gradually took over their hearts. It's finally here. I thought you were lost. Seeing the arrival of these powerhouses, the Demon Emperor laughed, and the pressure on his body was slightly reduced. What? The Demon Emperor said such a word, but suddenly set off countless stormy waves. These 5 angels came here to kill the Demon Emperor? Demon Emperor, you trespassed into the forbidden area of our angel family without authorization, and even injured several wise angels. The kingdom of angels will never let you go. But before that, we have more important things to do. The leader's voice just finished speaking, and his clear eyes directly locked on the fourth evil **** and Motuo in front of him. The kingdom of angels is a supreme existence that stands on the opposite side of evil forces, even demonic forces. In their eyes, the priority of evil forces is above everything else. What? The fourth evil *** beside him, Motuo, Yun and others heard the words, and they were all shocked in their minds. Where is the kingdom of angels? The Demon Emperor actually broke into it, and even wounded a number of wise angels and retreated? The strength of the Demon Emperor, didn't it just break through the 7th reincarnation level? There is no doubt about the strength of the kingdom of angels, among which there is a real 9-fold reincarnation order. What's the mystery in this? It's just to investigate some more obscure matters. The Demon Emperor's voice was cold, but anyone could clearly hear the hatred for the kingdom of angels in his words. This account will be calculated later. Yeah, sooner or later it will be completely clear. With your strength, it's still impossible to deal with 2 8-layer reincarnation level powerhouses at the same time. Why don't we join forces? Although the grievances between the two were not small, the Demon Emperor temporarily put aside his prejudice against the kingdom of angels when the evil race from outside the territory was in power. After all, the strength of the 5 angels, the strongest, is only half a step in 8th level, and the other strengths are hovering around the 6th level reincarnation level. Unnecessary. Facing the Demon Emperor's good intentions, the first angel roared arrogantly. A cold voice emerged. The boundless purple angel wings began to wave, and the entire sky was stirred up in an instant, as if there was some kind of angel power, and began to sway. Mobilize, gather. The kingdom of angels has always acted vigorously and resolutely. Since they have encountered the fourth evil *** here, they will not let the latter ignore it. What an annoying bunch of guys. The void around the fourth evil *** was imprisoned by the power of angels, and he naturally knew that all this seemed to be the premeditated plan of the Demon Emperor. Boom. The Demon Emperor was the first to fight with Motuo, and there seemed to be some mysterious imprints in Motuo's body. Of course, it could not be completely obliterated by the angel. However, in the fight just now, the Demon Emperor seemed to have retained his strength. Now that the two fought again, Motuo was actually defeated by the Demon Emperor. Hateful. The fourth evil spirit was relieved, and when he faced the 5 angels in front of him, a burst of fear could not help but emerge. 4 7-winged wise angels, and even a seraph with 8 purple wings. Such a luxurious lineup, even if it is difficult to deal with Motuo, who has recovered his peak power. After all, the power of angels in the kingdom of angels is not a joke. Angel Judgment. Without any hesitation, the 5 angels lined up in unison, and began to sing the angelic incantation exclusive to the kingdom of angels. Countless figures raised their heads and looked towards the sky at the same time, and suddenly found that pure white filaments of light were rising from the void of the endless fire domain. Those demon clouds that contain the countless evil forces of the fourth evil god inhabit the countless evil auras that are easily penetrated by them and hunted down. Countless filaments of light destroyed all the demon clouds little by little, and finally restored the periphery of the endless fire territory to normal, but they began to gather at the end of this world. In just a moment, the countless evil armies led by the fourth evil ** were all destroyed. Is this the supreme power of the kingdom of angels? This is the power of the 8-winged seraph? Only 8 wings are strong to this point. If it is 10 wings, or the legendary 12 wings, what kind of power to destroy the world? I am afraid that even the real 9-layer reincarnation level powerhouse can't compete with it. For the convenience of reading next time, You can click on the favorites below to record the reading record of this time. Chapter 2663, Eight-Winged Seraphim, Heavenly Fire Holy Trial, 4th, and you can see it when you open the bookshelf next time. If you like Fighting the Heavens God, Yandy, please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Opening parenthesis, closing parenthesis. Continuing from the previous episode 2648. Find the latest chapter in Fighting the Sky God, Yan Emperor novel. What is that? At this time, even the two brothers and sisters, Tianlong and Difeng, smelled a real danger from the joint efforts of the five angels. The angelic incantations sung by the five angels gathered all the light threads of heaven and earth together. After the gathering of countless divine powers, it turned into a pure white sky cage in front of Seraph Hill, which was filled with some kind of powerful restriction and a touch of extremely pure divine power. Once an attack of this level comes, the fourth evil god will surely be suppressed by it, but such a powerful sacred fluctuation, once it falls, I am afraid that the entire endless fire territory will suffer heavy losses as a result. In the light of it, countless powerhouses were bombarded and killed here, but in the worst case, the entire endless fire territory surpassed 70% of the territory, turned into ruins, and no grass grew, and the humans who inhabited it were naturally doomed. At this moment, Yun Yun's pretty face, which had just relaxed, became cold and serious again. It seems that the eight-winged seraph who controls the power of an extraordinary angel in front of him has never considered the safety of the endless fire domain. In her eyes, her goal is only the fourth evil god. After capturing the fourth evil god, she can obtain extremely huge resources, and what does the existence of the endless fire territory have to do with herself? Even if someone really asks, just find a reason to prevaricate it at will. How can a force like the endless fire territory be compared with a behemoth like the kingdom of angels? Angel Queen nomination? Xiao Yan? It's not worth mentioning at all, because he was ordered to kill the angel. Seraph Hill, what are you doing? At this moment, the demon emperor, who had been fighting against Mo Tuo and gaining the upper hand, suddenly turned his head and watched the cage of the sky slowly take shape. If this continues, although the danger of the attack of the evil race from outside the territory is lifted, the entire endless fire territory will be completely destroyed under the power of Seraph Hill's forbidden technique. The power of the forbidden technique, about touching and fighting skills in the category of immortal arts. But the power of the forbidden technique sung by the purple eight-winged seraph, combined with the blessing of the power of the other four angels, that level of power has already been beyond ordinary magic. It is a class of top magic. Once such a sacred and magnificent forbidden technique comes, the creatures in the entire endless fire domain will not have any chance to breathe or survive. What does the destruction of the lower realm have to do with me? We exist to eradicate evil heresy. When I capture the fourth evil *** to the holy city of the angel kingdom, I will naturally come to arrest you in person. Those who disturb the order of the kingdom of angels will never escape our execution. Facing the demon emperor's moving and angry scene, Seraph Hill smiled, and the smile was so cold and ruthless. I admit it, but this time, as strong as a demon emperor, you seem to have miscalculated. I want to lead the powerhouses of the kingdom of angels to rescue the endless fire territory, but in the end, I completely bury the entire endless fire territory. At this moment, the fourth evil ** said with a smile, he knew that the situation was over, and naturally he did not make any crazy moves. It's not so much that you are arresting the fourth evil god, it is better to say that you are purifying, obliterating the endless fire territory in disguise. You are afraid. Sure enough, in the encirclement and suppression of the Xiao family, your angel kingdom is also involved in it. At this moment, the voice of the demon emperor suddenly changed to a tone and attitude. So what? The peak of this world can only be controlled by a few people. Although the Xiao family is strong, it is not suitable, and there are not a few people who encircle and suppress the Xiao clan. The enemies you have painstakingly searched for may be spread all over the world. You are going to be enemies with the entire Great Thousand World. Do you think you have a chance of winning? Seraph Hill slowly shook his head, obviously knowing that the demon emperor was secretly investigating the fact that some forces in Daqin world joined forces to encircle and suppress the Xiao clan. Maybe. But now it's time to stop. Stop? Why stop? He. If that's the case, then I'm welcome. Looking at this scene, the whole body of the Demon Emperor began to have a faint golden light flickering, as if the supernatural power when the heavens and the earth first opened, is not bound by the power of angels at all. Bang! Just casually, the power of the divine path spread, and the supreme power of heaven and earth instantly smashed Motuo's body into the abyss of the Tianxin continent. Aiming at the 5 angels little by little, the terrifying aura that shakes the world slowly diffuses out. Demon Emperor, what are you doing? At this moment, Seraph Hill's expression suddenly changed. The power of the divine way, along with the Demon Emperor's inherent domineering demon power, used the sky-splitting demon spear as a guide, and directly bombarded the 4 angels beside him. What am I going to do? Why don't you ask what you are doing? Bang! The Demon Emperor tried his best to cooperate with the power of the divine way, and suddenly pushed the sky-splitting demon spear out. A little cold light flickered, and then a magnificent shadow poured out from the demon spear, shaking everything here. Above the sky, although the cage of the sky was established, its power was greatly reduced, and the 4 angels around him disappeared instantly. The 4 angels were instantly bombarded by the Demon Emperor. The angel blood and angel wings on their bodies seemed to be instantly pierced, absorbed, and devoured by the strange spear. A sense of heart palpitations emerged in the sky. One blow, to obliterate the 4 7-winged angels? Su, Demon Emperor, thank you. Without the support of the angelic power of the 4 wise angels, the cage of the sky suddenly opened with a crack, and the gloomy face of the 4th evil *** who had been suppressed long ago became hideous. Space Channel, trying to escape. I didn't say you could go. Bang! The demon spear reversed again, and it turned out that the body of the 4th evil ** was directly thrown into the cage of the sky, and the power of the divine path was sealed up, sealing all the ladder's escape routes. Demon Emperor, you are blatantly declaring war on the kingdom of angels. Do you think you have the secret of immortality, so we can't do anything about you? At this moment, Seraph Hill's pupils were filled with a hint of madness. This Demon Emperor, under his own eyes, obliterated the 4 wise angels again. Angels with more than 6 wings are the mainstay of the kingdom of angels, and they disappear one after another in their own hands. The price is too heavy. Moreover, the Demon Emperor obliterated the 7-winged angels. It seems that he is secretly collecting the power of angels, acting weird. Today, I will make you pay for this. The high-pitched voice appeared again, and Seraph Hill seemed to be using some more sacred angelic power. Now, it's troublesome. Seeing the crazy appearance of Seraph Hill, the Demon Emperor's heart also burst into confusion. Going deep into the kingdom of angels, his body was damaged and sealed by the power of angels in many places, and now facing the 8 purple blazing angel hill in a state of madness, it is indeed difficult to protect the safety of the endless fire domain. Under such a tense situation, countless angry eyes in the whole world are watching the Seraphim at the same time. It seems that she is the evil person in the angel's skin. For the convenience of reading next time, you can click on the favorite below to record this time. Chapter 2664 The Catastrophe Ends. 5th update. Reading record. You can see it when you open the bookshelf next time. If you like Fighting the Heavens God, Yandy, please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Opening parenthesis, closing parenthesis. Continuing from the previous episode 2649. Find the latest chapter in Fighting the Sky God, Yan Emperor novel. Boom! In the distance, there was finally a rushing sound of breaking wind resounding, and a demon phantom who was bathed in rose flames and demonic fire was breaking through the layers of void and madly rushing towards the endless fire. The radiance of the devil gushing out from the latter's body made Seraph Hill feel at a loss for a while. The 8 purple angel wings stirred in an instant, as if under some kind of powerful oppression. This hatred is unbearable. Tear! Looking at the scene in the distance, Seraph Hill hesitated for a while, then dropped a vicious sentence, directly carrying the 4th evil ** in the cage of the sky, and completely dissipated here. Motuo was completely blasted into the abyss of the Tianxin continent by the Demon Emperor, as if he was protecting something. Although this trip has found the reason why the Kingdom of Angels is secretly encircling and suppressing the Shao family, but because of this, you should get out of here as soon as possible. With these strengths, it is enough to make Lu Yun stronger. But little guy, there's not much time left for you. Once the Angel Kingdom and the Human World Center are freed up, I'm afraid you can only rely on yourself for the rest. And from Hill's tone, the powerhouses who killed the Shao clan after the war between the heavens and the earth seemed to spread all over the world. Slowly the sound fell, and calm was restored here. Boom! The heavy devil's brilliance, like mountains of 10,000 feet, suddenly flew out of the void passage, and unreservedly threw a fist at the place where Seraph Hill disappeared. The lingering punch of the devil's brilliance turned out to be slowly crossing the constraints of time and space, and suddenly hit Seraph Hill, who had already fled countless distances. Peefed! A mouthful of bright red blood floated out, and there was a deep look of astonishment in Seraph Hill's calm eyes. The power of the underworld? At the moment of disappearance, it seemed that he could smell some strange power from this attack. That is the power of the devil, and it is also the result of their angel kingdom and the underworld fighting repeatedly. The power of the devil is equivalent to the power of the underworld? Boom! Lord Xiao Yu! All of a sudden, cheers gushed out from the mouths of the powerhouses belonging to the Endless Fire territory. Tears filled their eyes, and countless people finally relaxed. Sorry, I'm late. This trip to the devil world was my negligence. Xiao Yan's demonic power began to subside. After a while, seeing the chaos in the Endless Fire domain, Xiao Yan's eyes began to have an uncontrollable anger, and self-blame welled up. Peefed! With a sound, Xiao Yan's knees knelt down directly above the void, facing all the Endless Fire territory. Sorry, there will never be another incident today. I, Xiao Yan, swear here that those guys will pay a heavy price. The huge voice slowly swept the hearts of countless survivors. Xiao Yan! In an instant, seeing Xiao Yan's bold move, the blood in the bodies of countless powerhouses also surged unconsciously. They followed a master. Xiao Yan knew that once the Endless Fire territory was destroyed, the Endless Flame Alliance would be self-destructed without attack, and those swaying forces in the Great Thousand World would have no chance to join, and even saving the ancestors of the Shao family had become an illusion. This time of negligence, I almost plunged myself into a state of doom. Lord Xiao Yu, welcome home. For a time, countless powerhouses moved away together, letting out Yun Yun, who was surrounded by dragons and phoenixes behind him. Obviously, Yun Yun's method of sacrifice just now was guarded by countless powerhouses in the end. Endless Fire territory. I'll keep it for you. Yun Yun watched Xiao Yan's figure in the distance from far to near. After saying these words, Yun Yun, who had always been silent, actually passed out at this time. Obviously, she had tried her best to hold it to the limit. But it's just some sequelae of exhaustion, just take some time to cultivate. Hoo-hoo, it's hard work. Xiao Yan stretched out his arms to embrace Yun Yun's delicate body, but at the moment when he just hugged, the God Execution Ruler, which had been silent for a long time in his body, and the Emperor Yan's ring, actually slowly released a scorching wave, which connected with Yun Yun's eyebrows. Gorgeous patterns. Zuner, Kalen, expel the evil aura that remains attached to the Endless Fire territory, rectify and restore the Endless Fire territory headquarters. In addition, the elders of the Fire Elves have traveled to their respective regions. Now only the power of witchcraft under the crown of Yao Ji is not restricted by the power of the evil clan and the great world. After rectification, let's start revenge. One after another order, since Xiao Yan's mouth poured out, it seems that since this battle, the connection between the entire Endless Fire territory headquarters and the other 5 places will be closer. Unless a real 8-layer reincarnation level peak powerhouse or a more terrifying existence makes a move, it will not be able to cause a devastating blow to the Endless Flame Alliance. This time the failure of the foreign evil race has undoubtedly made the reputation of the Endless Flame Alliance completely familiar in the Great Thousand World. But at the same time, the name of the Endless Flame Alliance will also appear in the eyes of the peak forces in the Great Thousand World, and some powerhouses who are hostile to the Shao clan also quietly surface. In that abyss, something seems to be calling me. Su Shuiying and a group of guardians gathered together, but suffered from lovesickness, but only Feng Lao was not seen. After a month of rectification, the headquarters of Endless Fire territory was solid, and Xiao Yan, after arranging many strategies, accompanied Su Shuiying to go to Tianxing continent to solve Mo Yuan. It seems that there is something left by the Demon Emperor on purpose, the power of the devil. Simply everyone in the Tianxing continent is fine, but they fell into a deep sleep after being hit by the fourth evil god's illusion attack. Xiao Yan and Su Shuiying stood together in the endless abyss. Looking at this bottomless endless abyss, a daze emerged. There are some familiar fluctuations below, which seem to originate from the night demon fire. Could it be something left by the elder Xiao Yan? Su Shuiying nodded slightly, but kept her eyes fixed on the abyss below. Go! After the two finished speaking, their bodies were bathed in the endless flames of reincarnation, and they quickly stepped towards the abyss below. The speed of descent was extremely fast, but after descending countless distances, no sign of Mo Tuo was seen. Holy flame! Clan marks! With a cold snort, it was as if the night was illuminated by the brilliance of dawn, and the entire abyss was poured into sight. The bottom of this abyss is almost a deep stream with a size of 100 meters. At the bottom, the figure of Mo Tuo has just poured into the line of sight. At this time, Mo Tuo, with broken bones all over his body, was lying on the ground like a dead dog, his pupils filled with hatred and resentment. On the soft body that would fall apart with a casual touch, there was actually a fiery red brand that slowly flickered on its forehead and under the skin, exuding an ancient aura. It seems that it will break through the latter's skin, body, and burst out at any time. Is this the aura of our Xiao clan? Xiao Yan watched this scene, and the clan lines in his body suddenly released a similar fiery wave. It turns out that this guy's strength is so terrifying. He is actually a clan mark that devoured the Great Elder. After some induction, he also understood the ins and outs of the matter, and Xiao Yan was a little surprised by Mo Tuo's temperament. It's not a clan mark, it's more like a reincarnation mark? The night magic fire whistled, and it suddenly poured out from Su Shuiying's body, and then bit by bit nibbled up and devoured Mo Tuo's body. For a time, there seemed to be a certain fiery red mysterious imprint in Mo Tuo's body that broke out of his body. People of the Xiao family, all have to die. Su, the soul power of Mo Tuo, which was about to dissipate, sensed that someone was approaching, and could only snort. Today, he is no different from the dying person. Although the demon emperor was injured by the power of angels, but with the strength of the sevenfold reincarnation level peak and the power of the divine way, he almost wiped out his body and spirit with one blow. This is the true strength of the demon emperor. For the convenience of reading next time, you can click on the favorites below to record this time. Chapter 2665 Left in the Abyss, The Secret of Magic. 6th more. Reading record, you can see it when you open the bookshelf next time. If you like Fighting the Heavens God, Yandy, please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Opening parenthesis, closing parenthesis.